What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So this is we just gonna get right into it. This episode was heavy at the end. I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't gonna sit up here, I ain't gonna be trying to be hard or nothing like that. Listen, bitch, girl, the first half of the episode was cute. That second half, literally at 7:30, that's when the thing came off a commercial break, and Charmaine was on the phone with her mama. Girl, I mean with her dad. I was sitting here like, oh my god, my nerves was just really bad. Okay, mind you, the episode is called Glenda, and we already, if you've seen the preview, you already know exactly what's going to happen. And if you've seen the blogs and reports or whatever, you know what happened to Charmaine's mother, that she passed away unfortunately soon before she was even able to see her grandchild. Mind you, this is her first grandchild. This would have been her mother's and her father's first grandchild because Charmaine is the only child. And so that has got to be a lot on the person. Bitch, let's just get into it, because let me tell you something. As soon I said, I know y'all not finna start this episode off with this heavy. It ain't finna do like, I know the episode was called Glenda, but I said, oh my god, y'all not finna start this off with being heavy like this already. Because as soon as the episode came on, they started talking about, the clips and stuff about how Glenda was such a good person, and she always seemed such a nice spirit. She really did, from the few times that we seen her on the show. And I said, not these pictures and clips and her. I said, no, we're not about to start this off like this. But it was just like a little montage of her, and then we get into 2 days later. Okay, I mean 2 days earlier, I should say. Um, let's just get Ryan's stuff out the way. Ryan's situation, basically, you got Bella showing up to the shop, and this video won't be long because this episode really wasn't much, but it was a powerful episode. Um, this Ryan, he's at the shop, and he's doing a lot of thinking. He wasn't expecting Charmaine to show up the way that she did. Going through what she was going through, or whatever, and confronting him about things and all this stuff. And he just realized that, with that happening, it just shows that they're not close like they used to be. They're not on the same ground like they used to be. All this stuff, this bullshit that came between them. And so at this point, he's reevaluating a lot of the relationships that he's had with a lot of the women in his life, and seeing that he's the root cause of a lot of things. And this is what he's learning in therapy. He even said at one point, he needs to learn how to move on from the Charmaine situation, because they were like family. Bella shows up, and I'm like, Bella, girl, what you here for? Bella, she's that type of person that she uses people and things as a crutch. She don't want to venture out. She gets comfortable. She don't want to go out her comfort zone. And I'm one of those people that knows about being in comfort zones and stuff like that, and sometimes needing a push or whatever. But when it comes to trying to provide for myself or whatever, I'm going to do whatever it is that I have to do. I'm not finna sit back and, to try to coax somebody else that already done fired me to getting me a job back or whatever, saying a little sob story. And that's what bothered me about Bella. She came up there, and like Ryan said, she's part of the old nine mad. The last time that they seen her, she was getting upset because she wasn't being transferred over to the new nine mad. And, the way that just from her reaction from that alone, I wouldn't have hired her back either. But, Brian, she was sitting there talking about, I got a daughter. I'm a single mama. I've been trying to do temp jobs, and I'm doing this here, doing it there. But, I'm out here struggling. So can you find it in your heart basically to get her a job? And I am so glad that Ryan did not fall for it. And he knows the situation. And I feel as though she did that. Let me come here crying and begging, and put on the little puppy dog eyes or whatever, and put 20 on 10 about how, I'm out here struggling or whatever, just so he can feel sorry for me, and guilt him into giving me a job because I got this baby. You know what I'm saying? Bella, you've been saying the same story ever since you've been on this show about how, you need to find this or do this because you got this baby and it's struggling and it's hard. But yet, if you have a child and you need to take care of that child and you need to take care of yourself, these single mothers out here, they find a way. Okay, they don't just sit here and rest and keep whining about it. They get their ass up and they find a way to make it happen. If you got to get on government assistance, get on government assistance if you need to. In the meantime, you go out and you find you a job, a couple of jobs if you need to. You do what all you need to do. You exhaust every resource that you need to. You don't sit here and try to come back to a place that you fucked up at multiple times and try to get a job back by guilting that person because, oh, we struggling and I got a baby and all this stuff, woo woo woo. Okay, and my thing with Bella and the reason why I wasn't buying it and why I'm going hard on her is because I feel as though she's only doing this because she can get jobs. She's already said that. But her thing is she won't stick with it. Why? Why you won't stick with it? Because you don't want to be in a job that is not on, that's not this TV show. Okay? You didn't get comfortable being in front of the cameras and that's what you want. You want your little fame back or whatever it is that you thought that you had with this show. It's not going to happen. Move on. You can find you a job. I don't care if it's you think it's a low job. You go to a fast food place, find you a job there and find you another job somewhere else. If you got the means, if you got the determination, you will make that shit work, all right? But I'm so glad he didn't cave and just say, okay, girl, you can come back. Because if that's the case, he'll have to do that shit with Lily. She'll come up there and give a little side story, and then he'll, weaken and bring back, and then, everything will be just like it was at the old 9 mag where he trying to get away from, all right? Sometimes you gotta be aware of your you put your own foot in your own mouth and you fuck your own self up. You self-sabotage, and that's what I feel like Bella did. Anyway, moving on from that, Ryan do a tattoo. Dude was getting the cover up and it was a koi fish, so it was a big job because they did some of it and then he had to take a picture so that they can do it the next section in 2 weeks. Then we got Charmaine. We're gonna save her later. 4. Let's just talk about this right quick because that whole scene did not sit well with me, all right? Now, this whole situation, and a lot of people was in the comments last week that was saying that the sister should not have reached out to 4. The alleged baby mama should have reached out to 4, okay? And my whole thing is, like the sister said, if she didn't feel comfortable about it, she wouldn't have told her, or didn't want her to reach out, whatever. She wouldn't have told her sister about it. Okay, that's all fine and well. But they met up, and what I will say is, I'm glad that it was respectful. It was respectful. Nobody was going at each other's throat. Nobody was accusing anybody of anything. They just sat there like 2 mature adults trying to get to the bottom of it, trying to get some information, trying to understand. Because like Ford said, he was a teenager back then. And he don't remember what happened, okay? He said, I don't remember a lot of shit that happened back then. So can you tell me what's going on and what happened and all this stuff? She talked about him being with one of his friends. They being over somebody's house. I guess the people wasn't supposed to be over there because whoever parents or whoever the house owner was came in and they were shushing. They ran up in the closet. And then, they was on top of some garbage bags. And that's when it happened. I said, so your daughter was conceived in the closet, bitch. In the goddamn closet, bitch. Girl, did we just see this on Love After Lockup this past Friday? Last week. Girl, Andrea and Lamar was fucking in the closet in the jail. Okay, they was paying the goddamn guards off and everything. And that's how the little girl Priscilla was born, bitch. I was like, what? I didn't heard this before. Something about the story don't sit right. And then what really piqued my interest about it and made me go, what the fuck? Was when old girl was like, listen, my daughter in the car, you want to meet her? And Ford was like, I guess we can do that. But he was so uneasy. You could see the visible uneasiness about it, the situation, and you still gonna say, let me let you meet my daughter. Like, if I was in that situation and I don't know if this person is my child's father, I am not finna put her through this, okay? I'm not finna put her or him through this and have them meet somebody that could possibly not even be their father. get close and do all this stuff. Because at one point, Ford said we can keep in touch. I said, what the fuck is going on? Get a Dana test first, okay? DNA, bitch. When DNA say you're 99.9% the father, then we can get close like that. All right, we ain't got time for that. You know, it's a good thing that the girl got a little good head on the shoulders, and you know she's smart and all that shit. But still, you don't put the child through this shit. You're already putting her through bullshit because you don't know who her damn daddy is, and then she in a house full of 6 kids, 6 goddamn kids. And when she said that, me and Ford looked up like, bitch, I thought she was the only goddamn one. You mean to tell me she got 6? So that means you got multiple baby daddies out there. Could be. Could be. I ain't gonna do that. Well, multiple means more than one. So obviously you do. You obviously do. Because, you know, she said she got 2 sets of twins. That's 4 right there. Okay. And then you got the girl, the 17-year-old girl who's a junior in high school. That's 5. And so is another one. I said, girl, ain't nobody got time for that. Now, does she got 6 kids altogether or 6 other kids that's at the crib minus, oh, girl, do the math. Okay. Somebody put it. That's a lot. That's a lot. And then when they leave, Ford talking about something he felt uneasy about the whole thing. You should have said something. You should have said something. You don't do that, girl. Anyway, moving on from that, we get Charmaine. She at the shop and she calls a little shop meeting. And she apologizes to everybody for the way that she was acting previously, you know, given with the baby and her hormones and emotions are just up and down and everything. And Fly felt a little, you know, a little way about it. You know, he felt guilty because he's the one that he thinks that, you know, started all this mess by going over there to Ryan. She even talked about going over there to Ryan and saying basically that situation is over and done with. She's through with that. And I was just sitting here like, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I really did. Out of all the relationships that got messed up between Ryan and the crew, I felt like Charmaine and him probably would have eventually came back. And to hear her be so definite about, like, you know, we not finna fuck with him or whatever, that's over, that's done. She want to have her little baby photo shoot or whatever at the shop, and they do that. You know, Neat come through. It was okay. You know, it was cute for Charmaine. It was cute for Charmaine. I'm gonna give her that. But next thing you know, we got all that good shit out the way. And the last half of the episode was some sad shit, bitch. I'm sitting in here on pins and needle, girl. I'm like, oh no. Because next thing you know, we saw this in the preview when she was sitting on that couch and she was on the phone. And kind of found out she was on 2 phones. And she was talking to her father on one phone. She was talking to Neek on the other phone. And Neek was not even there. He was at a conference out of town. And you know, back over at the shop at Second City Inc., they're trying to wonder where she's at because nobody's heard from her. They texted her and nobody got a response, and this is not like her. And then Jess is just concerned because, you know, she's a pregnant woman in a house by herself. Anything could happen. You know, she's in her 20th month. First 20th year, then 20th month, bitch, 20th week, okay? And then, you know, she's on the phone and basically said that she just got through talking to her mama the night before. And her mom just got back to Louisiana. And basically that her heart stopped. And she was trying to get information from her father. And the father, they just kept playing phone tag. I'm going to call you back. I'm going to call you back because they're not telling me nothing. They're rushing me out the room. You know, she coded at one point. They're trying to start it. And then they said her heart been down too long. And she's on the phone with Neek. And she's just, you know, crying and, you know, visibly upset and concerned and scared. And then, bitch, when she called the daddy back after him not answering the phone, girl, I'm finna cry right now. But no. When she called the daddy back and he was like, girl, she said, did they tell you something? And all he said was, and then he said, she died. Her heart was gone down too long. She died. So you said mama died? Yes, she died. And the way that he was just so calm with it, you can tell that he was trying to be calm for her. Because he already knew that his daughter was going to break down. Because more power to him, because that was the love of his life, to be together. Like Charmaine said, they was together for 30 plus years. And then to just be so calm with it, to deliver that news and not even thinking about himself. He was thinking about his daughter. And you could tell he was just trying to keep it together. And you could tell as soon as he got off that phone, he probably broke. He probably broke, or he probably kept it together. You know, men do that sometimes. They probably keep it together and they break in private, you know. And when she got off that phone, baby, and it was like it didn't kind of hit her yet. She was just saying, no, mama, no, whatever, mom, dad. And then you hear the producer say, you know, I'm sorry about your loss. I'm sorry about your mom. When Charmaine got her ass up and she walked off, baby, and you hear her crying, and she finally broke, and you hear her crying for her mama, bitch. That shit took me all the way out. I'm sitting here like, no lie, girl, just waterfalls. I was like, oh my God. Because no one should ever have to lose a parent that young, especially if you are that close. And it's a heightened situation because of the simple fact that she was pregnant and this is her first child, you know, the only grandchild that they have at this point. Oh my God. And then you got to keep your stress levels down for the baby and all of that. And then just to hear that, oh my God, my heart goes out to anybody who has lost a parent like that. I lost my uncle, but I don't think that that's a loss. Like, that hurts me till this day. Even just saying that makes me want to cry right now. But to lose a parent, somebody that gave birth to you, somebody that you was close to, oh my God, I could not imagine. And I already know, I told y'all that. I told y'all that if I'm still doing YouTube some years down the line, if YouTube's still here, and then my mama passed away, baby, listen, you won't see me for a while. You won't see me for a fucking while. And then y'all will know why. Y'all will know why. Because Ashley wouldn't be able to handle it. Ashley would be a fucking mess. Okay? Ashley wouldn't be able to go out the house. I'm just going to tell y'all that. I'm going to shut the fuck down. I already know that. I already know that. But, because you know, death is a part of life. Death is a part. They go hand in hand. Okay? But nobody wants to go through it. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's sad. It's sad. And what made it even sadder but bittersweet but sweet at the same time, and my heart kind of rejoiced, was when Ryan showed up. Ryan came running up in that bitch, okay? And opened up that door and came in there and just immediately hugged her, like grabbed her in the back of the head. I said, ooh, her wig. Fuck that wig. I wanted him to just go like this. You know, knock that shit off, like, let me get a grip, okay? And she just cried into his shoulders. I was like, oh my God, this is what I needed to see. It took this to get them together, and come to find out, Ryan and his mom, Charmaine mom, they still had their little communication. And we remember this from earlier seasons when they had their falling out, that Ryan and Glenda was still always close. The moms are always close to everybody, okay? And she literally, right on Mother's Day or right before Mother's Day, sent him a DM wanting them to mend their fences and get back to being cool again, you know? And so it was a good thing that he was there for, and Don tried to show up. But at this point, she didn't really want to bother with them right now because, you know, it's a lot to take in, and she's still in her feelings about the whole situation of how things went down. But they understood, and I'm glad that they understood. And they was like, at the end of the day, we still family, regardless of what people may feel. I said this one gonna be a long video, girl. I'm giving y'all a good video. Girl, it was emotional. It was emotional as hell. Okay, and then Charmaine asked Ryan to go down to the shop and tell them. Jess was on. They was all on on alert. Like, what the fuck is you doing here? They was ready to pounce, bitch. Like, first of all, you done already tried to take Fly, which she technically didn't. But you done already tried to take Fly. Now why you here? Jess was about to ready to go in. I said, just calm down, calm down, calm down. And he let them know, and they was just all like, oh my God. And you know, he was like, it's unfortunate that this is the first time that I come into the shop and it had to be on this type of occasion, but hopefully things will be better in the future. And I just hope, and I'm glad that they got over that hump, you know, because they did an interview together, and I'm pretty sure they're still cool. I think he was at the shower that they had, the baby shower, whatever, you know. So yeah. And then Neek finally did come. We did hear Danielle, her cousin, was there, and her aunt. They was helping her out, and then Neek's mom called, and you know, she was genuinely hurt too. And she said Neek called her, said that she died, she dead, and he was just crying on the phone because, you know, Glenda was really nice and really close to Neek as well. And you know, they was just preparing to go go down there to Louisiana, and she was just basically saying we got to do this and be there for her dad. Oh my God, I just need to stop talking about this episode because it's making me sad. It's making me really sad. Um, but that was the Has ooh, wrong show. That was Black Ink Crew Chicago. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments, which I'm pretty sure I didn't. But y'all tell me how y'all feel. And like I said, my heart goes out to anybody who lost anybody in their life. I know how that feels. And especially if you lost a parent, heart goes out to you. I'll see you guys later. Peace.